what kind of results have you seen within the program? How's your experience been in that regard?
So we turned on the ads from the courses strategy, basically, mid-April. And so it's hard to see. At the end of April was good and profitable, our first profitable period that we've ever had. And if you look at March to May, which is the last month of the old ads and the first full month, revenues are up 3.5 times, and again it was a profitable month. So yeah, great results so far.
That's awesome. And you said there the first time you've had a profitable month. What was that like?
Very exciting. Very exciting. So we did a fundraise a couple of years ago, and we were actually working on doing another fundraise now, because our cash burn was big, and we just assumed that's what new businesses in retail, you have to be chucking so much money at marketing to get the brand awareness out there, and then suddenly there'll be an inflection point where the brand awareness catches on and the marketing costs won't be outweighing the revenues anymore. But we just assumed that was the way to go. So we had to raise more money to get to the next stage, to get more brand awareness. So when I then realized actually we can be profitable at this stage right now and be growing our top line, because that's the other thing, investors put so much pressure on the top line, they make you forget about the bottom line, because that's all they care about. They just care about the revenues. Grow your revenues. Every single month we want to be seeing growing revenues. So you think, oh, well, these ads aren't working. They're not, these are not profitable ads, but we have to keep putting money into it because you're putting so much pressure for us to grow revenues and you're not even looking at the bottom line. So clearly we just need to do anything, just throw more money at the situation, then the money runs out. So you have to do another fundraise, which is kind of, I think, a quite dangerous investor loop that a lot of people get into. So it was a very big relief when we started to be profitable. And then we've actually canned the fundraise for now and thought actually we can do this on our own, and get to a really good stage. And maybe in 6 months or 12 months we'll go back to that fundraise, but it will be a much smaller raise, or it will be a loan or something. Don't have to give so much equity away. And it's a fundraise now. It will be a fundraise to put a rocket on our back rather than a fundraise to fund us to get to profitability.
What, before working with us, what sort of challenges were you facing in the business? What were you really looking to improve, and what wasn't really working maybe as well as you would like it to?
We were using lots of different digital marketing consultants, because we kept using one and they'd work for us for a bit and then they'd stop working, and then we'd use another one and then they'd sort of get a few results but never really hit our targets. And then so sorry if this is a bit disjointed, but basically I kind of, as a founder, somebody who understands the ins and outs of every single part of my business, was so sure about, I can outsource most parts of the business. I can outsource the legal, and I can outsource the accounts, and I can outsource because I understand them. And I can outsource the production to a production manager, because if they're having issues, I can say, this is what you need to try. How about, have you changed this? And so I can, manage them. Whereas with a digital marketing consultant, I didn't understand it myself. So outsourcing something that you don't understand because you don't understand it, I think creates problems, because I wasn't probably able to give a clear brief to the digital marketing consultants, apart from these are the targets which you must hit, but it's up to you how you get there. And also they were giving me excuses why they weren't hitting the targets. And I didn't know how, I didn't know what to say, because they were giving me sort of technical jargon, and I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe that's the reason why we haven't hit our targets this month. But then there's only so many months and years that can go by without hitting targets, and you think this is just a waste of money. We just can't carry on like this. So I thought, no, actually, I really need to understand this myself. And first things first, I need to know how to do this. I need to know how this works properly, and I need to get this working. And then in the future, maybe I can get some digital marketing consultants again, but much more kind of under my direction, and I can then understand what's going on and give them help and assistance. Another big issue that we had actually was I was spending so much time, my own time, on marketing, doing all the different 15 channels, you know, writing ad copy for a magazine, doing blog posts for guest blogs, doing, you know, Instagram lives with collaborated brands, giveaways, you know, literally everything. And I was spending hours and hours and hours of my time every week on marketing. Plus, I was then overseeing what the digital marketing consultants were doing, but spending spending as much time as they were on the digital marketing, just trying to understand what was happening and what was going wrong and how we could make it better. So I was paying someone to do it for me, but then spending my own time on it anyway, which just wasn't making sense.
You know, you've got the system in place now, which is more refined as far as message goes. It's resonating. It's, as you say, now profitable. Like, with all that in place, how does that change things for you as far as how you run the business and what that allows you to sort of take the next steps on within the company? How's that shifted for you?
So it's taken the pressure off to do a fundraise, firstly, which was essentially, I'm a solo founder and we're a very small team. So it was wasting a lot of my time. Fundraising is unbelievably time consuming. And so it's given me that time back to focus on the business. And so it's allowed me to do that. It's also allowed me to plan better, because when we were fundraising, I was thinking, yes, we're fundraising, hopefully we'll get it. If not, then we'll probably just run the business into the ground trying to get that money. And then by that stage, I've been distracted for however many months and the business has not gone very well and our marketing consultants are still inefficient. So it's allowed me to focus on the fundamentals of the business and making it profitable. And that gives me a lot more clarity about how to project over the next 5 years, and how to then manage, you know, the projections about what staff we're going to need, everything really, what kind of products we're going to need. That's another thing I think I was a bit confused about before doing the course, was I was focusing a lot on new products and trying to get as many new products into our brand as possible. But it's now clear that I can just focus on the products we've got and, you know, work on a few new products, but not, you know, the 10 new products that I was hoping to add this year. It's unnecessary. It's distracting, and it was wasting our time and our resources. And we can reach our targets without doing that.
And so what would you say to someone who maybe is watching this or checking out the program or the company?
So I would say I wish I'd done this 3 years ago. We would be in a much better position than we are now if I'd found this course 3 years ago. So I would highly recommend it. It's given me some, you know, I've got a very good business head. I've been in private equity for 10 years. So actually your message about you're focusing too much on the product, you need to focus on the business more, that didn't resonate with me that much, because I was already focusing most of my time on the business and the business plan and the financial plan. But it's one thing being able to look at a financial plan and being able to build it, but it's another actually knowing how to apply strategies which are going to grow your business. And so that's been really, really fantastic. But we've made our money back on the course from the money we spent on the course within the first month. So that wasn't even an issue at all.